Kia ora. After a fairly busy weekend of weather, we're looking at a fairly quiet start to Monday. However, another front is moving back towards those far southwestern parts of New Zealand as we head through the daytime today. And that's going to be bringing with it some heavier rainfall. And we've also got the return of some stronger winds as well, especially as we head through the nighttime tonight and in towards those early hours of Tuesday. You can see this front off the screen here. That is going to be moving closer towards us. Ahead of it, you can see these strengthening northwesterly winds pushing that rain in towards Fiordland and Westland by the end of the day today. And I think as we head into the night time, we'll find some misty, murky conditions returning across the Northland. Perhaps another foggy night in store for the likes of Auckland. As we head through the nighttime, this wet weather pushes it further northwards up the South Island. Heaviest up about the tops of the Southern Alps, and ahead of that, those strengthening northwesterly winds, especially for places like the Canterbury High Country as we head through the nighttime. And then as we head into Tuesday, that wet weather continues to move northwards, pushing up towards the North Island, with this colder southerly pushing up the South Island, bringing some showers in towards parts of Canterbury and Kaikoura. Perhaps even the return of some snowfall about those higher mountain passes across the northern parts of the South Island. But we are looking at some clearer sky back down in the far south by the end of the day and on this western coast as well. Plenty happening over the next day or so, and we have got some severe weather watches and warnings in place. Now, the warnings are for heavy rainfall about the Canterbury headwaters, so those areas through here, really as we go through the night time tonight, Monday in towards Tuesday morning. Also, that warning through the Canterbury High Country for strengthening northwesterly winds, gusts perhaps 120 kilometres an hour. And you can see as we go through the daytime on Tuesday, a watch as well for strong winds through Wellington and southern Wairarapa, with those winds picking up pretty nicely through there as well. But plenty to go on as we go through the night time tonight. Looking at the weather for the North Island, like I say, a bit of a murky start for Waikato, Auckland, and even in towards the Bear, plenty, but drizzly weather in towards the eastern ranges there. As we head through the morning time, this next band of wet weather moves in from the south and the west, gives a pretty wet looking end to the day for places like Auckland, New Plymouth, and down towards Wellington. Out towards the east, generally drier and clearer, but even here I think we'll find the cloud thickens up through Hawke's Bay and Gisborne by the end of the day. You can see that rain just starting to pull away as we head through the night time, to leave behind a clearer and quieter night once more in Auckland. Now, it's still relatively mild air over us as we go through Tuesday. Look at our top temperatures here, 20 degrees Celsius in Auckland, 15 in the likes of Wellington, while out towards the eastern coast, 23 for Napier. Another very warm day for you. Nighttime temperatures 8 degrees Celsius. There is a change coming up for you. So I have to say we are going to keep hold of these warm temperatures for another day or so, but things will change by the end of the week. Down on towards the South Island, and we have got those heavy rain warnings, heavy rain watches and warnings through the nighttime. We start off with those stronger winds through the Canterbury High Country, but with some clearer skies through Canterbury. As this next front runs up towards us, we'll find some cloudier skies and showers running through Canterbury. Some of those fairly heavy, perhaps even the odd rumble of thunder, not out of the question there. But you can see, although it's a wet start today on that western coast, by the afternoon things are looking better and brighter through there, while the cloudier conditions and the showers stay on this eastern side. Some clearer skies back in the far south later on, but I think even here we'll find a bit of a cloudy, damp start for the likes of, say, Southland and Otago. Now, we are going to find as well that risk of some snow about the higher parts of the Southern Alps, perhaps even as far north as the Kaikoura ranges, so worth keeping an eye, especially if you're doing any crossings across those higher passes as you go through the night time or the second half of the day on Tuesday. Now, in terms of our temperatures, we are going to find highs back to around about 19 degrees Celsius once again in Christchurch, but our overnight lows starting to come down. 1 degree Celsius again there for Queenstown, -1 there for Mount Cook, and I think we've got some colder nights in store, particularly as we head through Wednesday night into Thursday morning as we go through this week. Taking a look a bit further afield, you can see into Wednesday, we've got this front moving northwards up the North Island, some clearer skies down south. A touch more cloud pushing back on towards the western coast, but generally a drier story. And we'll still find one or two heftier showers across, say, the Bay of Plenty as we go through to the end of the day on Wednesday. Perhaps an odd shower running towards Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland as well, but I think drier by the end of the day and some clearer skies. Overnight, Wednesday into Thursday, particularly for the North Island. we'll find those clear skies sticking with us. Temperatures back down to about 1 degree Celsius in places like Palmerston North, 4 in Napier. A colder feeling start to the morning on Thursday, but generally a fine looking day, staying dry, and just a touch more cloud back on the Southland with some wetter weather back into Fiordland. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.